recently I just saw that Clifton Powell, you know, the guy who's like the extra, always in the extra in the background. He's like does those like Tyler Perry like plays. You know, you guys know if you're black and you watched a black movie, you've seen a movie with Clifton Powell in it. Like he's literally in everything. So recently I saw he just went viral because he crashed out on a, I guess, table round discussion discussing black women.
The fuck now?
As I said,
listen to
I
what I'm
said 60s and 70s.
Let me say this.
Don't overtalk me.
I'm gonna fucking overtalk you because
I'm good,
you're talking out
but you're
loud.
not.
Now, when I first saw the crash out, you know, without seeing any evidence or anything about it, I was like, wow, okay, this guy's like really crashing out. You don't need to be doing, like, you doing a lot. You doing too much. Are just crashing out, and is all of this really necessary? So honestly, I wasn't even going to watch the long form video, because usually when they do these discussions around you know, talking about like relationships and stuff, it just always just ends up pandering. But I said, you know what, let me go check it out. And they were specifically talking about how can black men be a better aid to black women, which I was like, okay, you know what? This is pretty interesting.
You asked, how do we love black women?
Yeah.
That's right here. Trust black women and listen to black women because they know more than we do what it is that they need.
I don't think that's true either.
As men,
there's a lot of black women who don't know how to love. I think,
you know, as long as they're not being pandery, and I do find it funny that Clifton Powell was doing the most yelling and carrying on, but he was being very pandery. Now, a lot of the other ones in the table discussion did really bring up some good points. Like, yeah, you know, we need to talk more about it. We need to discuss it more. We need to discuss more of like what's going on with us. Because if we don't if we don't figure out what's going on with us, we won't be an asset or an ally to, you know, black women. Stuff that I really like to see, like them actually having real conversations about how stigma is like black men throw black women under the bus when it's not convenient for them. Like a lot of black men will cape for other races, but when it comes to women, you know, they're not really there. So that's kind of the stigma that's in the that's kind of the stigma or the conversations that's going around. What I really liked about this roundtable talk is that they didn't get a bunch of airheads. They actually got people who were having authentic conversations, and it seemed like it was a lot of nice, diverse type of black men. Like it was a lot of black men that was in the spotlight, but they were younger, they were older. The one man they had was gay. You know, I thought he had a very nice he was a very nice asset to the conversation, and he did bring up a lot of nice viewpoints, and I was thoroughly surprised. Again, it's hard for me to watch those type of podcasts because it's just like want. It's a lot of just talking, a lot of just saying, you know, what they think black women want to hear, and some like action behind that. When I first seen the crash out, again, I said, okay, you know what? Let me not judge him so harshly. Let me see what is going on. Let me see what the discussion was about.
What Luke brought up was like accountability. Like, yes, we can talk about, you know, what our families did to us, all this, all that, but eventually, and I know white people try and say this, and I really don't like that, but eventually it comes a point where you have to decide, how do I want to live my life? I haven't talked to my daddy in 6 years. I don't give a fuck about what my family has gone through. I know where I will go. So it's like, you know, you can only say that for so long. Black women are tired, and, you know, kind of like putting onto them like, hey, like, you didn't do this entirely, because everybody in here, several people have talked about, like, you know, going to counseling. Have that upon yourself. Stop waiting for a woman to tell you what you need to do. Take that upon yourself.
Let me address that real quickly. For me, I didn't know fucking how to
Can
love.
I say one more thing? No, I have to say this, because another thing that happens is, too, you live your life for so long, and I'm not meaning no disrespect by this.
It's all right, just say it, bro.
But when you hit your 60s and your 70s, I want to be right.
Okay, but let me.
I want to live my life right. I want someone to take care of me and protect me, and that's what a lot of women have issues with.
Because I'm living it right the fuck now.
As I said,
listen to
I said 60s and 70s.
Let me say this.
Don't overtalk me.
I'm gonna fucking overtalk you because you're talking out of line.
But you're not gonna disrespect me.
You don't know what the fuck you talking about.
I am.
I do. Love it.
I do.
You don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Oh, I do.
You can't.
I do. I do.
You don't know it, nigga.
I do. I'm good.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Fuck out of here. I'm living. You can't tell me what the fuck I'm living, nigga. I'm living it right now. You cannot fix no shit that you don't even know is happening.
I think there's a misunderstanding.
No, but he's generalized. You can't. Listen, bro. Let me stop. This is what it is.
I understand the message that he was trying to get across. Who I see crash out like this is very performative. Like, I want to be the loudest in the room. I want to be seen. And it's very unnecessary. You don't need to be the loudest in the room to get your point across. You don't need to do all of these antics. Just talk regularly. And in a way, I don't want to say that he had animosity towards the man that he was talking to, but it did come off as that. And I really didn't appreciate that. Understand what it's like to be, like, you might be friends with women, but you don't understand what it's like to be in a relationship with a woman. And then, like, at my age, you don't understand. He could have communicated that without the crash out from the message. Seeking some sort of attention that you're not getting. I don't know if Clifton Powell is in this whole thing said to me, like, he was saying, like, I need help. Like, I need help. Like, I need help in my relationship. Like, can someone please help me? Because I need help in my relationship. His main thing was, I'm a man of an older age, and I'm just learning how to, I guess he said, love properly. Stand right. I will never take that away from anybody. Like, I remember someone telling me this, and it's also different because, you know, as a woman, like, I feel like we get a little bit more grace when it comes to that. And when it comes to men, they say they don't know how to do something, is seen as like, wait, what? Like, what? Like, I think one of the biggest things is, like, when you hear, like, a man is a virgin at a certain age, it's like, what? Like, are you okay? Like, what's wrong with you? And that makes that guy or man not want to open up. You know, it makes them not want to open up about things that they're going through, things that they're honest about. And that's another reason why I really like this conversation. It's interesting to me when men open up about things, because for a while I was a person, I think I said this before, I was a person, this is when I was younger, but this is something that was very real for me. I think men had feelings. Like, that's how I felt up until I was like 15, because, like, I didn't see men talk about the issues and men talk about their problems. So when I see stuff like this, I'm like, I get very intrigued. Clifton Powell's crash out validated. It was a different way he could have went about talking to that speaker. Now, again, I don't want to say it's any type of phobia. I don't believe that's what it was, honestly. Men that are that age, you know, they kind of get a little, like, you know, they kind of had that, like, superiority complex, you know, mixed with that. Like, the guy he was arguing with was younger, didn't date women, tell him how to be in a relationship. So I kind of understand where Clifton was coming from, but anger was just a bit unnecessary for the conversation. You know, I didn't see anything wrong with what the other man was saying. He was just saying, like, hey, you know, once somebody gets to a certain age, like 60, 70, they don't want to deal with all that, you know, don't want to deal with a lot of that, I guess, instability, I'll say. Very understandable, you know, I definitely understand. Here, and even throughout the whole interview, he was just getting really defensive and really just upset. It just, you know, he didn't really seem like he really even wanted to be. He even said, he was like, hey, I don't even really want to be in this conversation. Like, oh, I don't really need to be here. Well, I'm like, I'm just saying to myself, well, if you're feeling like you didn't even want to even be in the conversation, why even do it? You know, why even come off like, oh yeah, well, this is such a burden to me and nobody can't tell me nothing. Like, it's that whole saying, like, oh, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. You know, people over a certain age, they're just going to be set in their ways. You know, they don't want to hear anything from nobody. They don't want to see anything. They don't want to see no evil, hear no evil. Maybe speak evil to their spouse, but they're not trying to hear that, you know, like. And then he also came off too as like, oh, well, I'm from the streets and y'all don't know. It's like you are around all these successful black entertainers. You know, why even put out the energy of like, oh, I'm not trying to hear what y'all trying to say. You're actively saying, I'm crying out for help. But then you want to block all the people that are trying to help you or that are trying to have a conversation with you. So it's like which one is it? Like, are you trying to have a conversation, or are you trying to be the most smartest, superior person in the room in a relationship with someone? If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. And it doesn't matter how long. I feel like he was just trying to come off as like, oh, well, yeah, you guys, you can't tell me nothing because I've been with my girl. It's like, okay, but you even admitted yourself that you was a dog. He said, bitch, I'm a dog roof. Okay, that's what he said. I'm a dog. I did some bad things to her. And he was like, oh, I'm happy she just stayed, or blah 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 blah. And to me, it's a lot of the old heads that need to take some of these tips, because a lot of stuff what those black men were saying was just like so good. I was just saying like, oh, I'm not trying to cut y'all off. Like, he was just crashing out. And it's like, Clifton Powell, this is unnecessary. Just listen to what people are just talking. Like, Clifton Powell just wanted to talk over everybody. He just wanted to just be the loudest in the room. And it just seems like the only person that he was willing to listen to, the street dude, the other dude that came from the street. Clifton Powell was like, oh, black women need therapy. They need therapy. Yes, I do agree that, a lot of black people like don't get the counseling that they need because it's shown as a weakness sometimes. But I don't feel like that's the only problem. I feel like, it's a mindset thing. Yeah, believe in like generational curses and everything like that. Whole big blowout was just unnecessary. Both of the men got heated, and like maybe that's just like how men get when they're in spaces like this. But I just think that Clifton Powell really was not trying to hear what the clean cut men were like trying to say, like, oh, you don't know my struggle, you don't know what I've been through, you don't know what I've seen, And his story, his background is like tragic. He was already ready to shut everyone out, like, oh, y'all don't know what I've been through, y'all don't know what I've seen, so, I don't even want to hear your opinion. I don't even want to be here. And it's like, if you're going to come somewhere with that type of energy, just stay home, because you're already closed off. You're already not willing to listen and give input. Then what is the point of you doing this? Really good conversation. It was pretty interesting. It was really interesting to me. You can learn from anybody. You can learn from anybody, everybody. I believe you can even learn from animals. You can literally learn and take advice from anything, anywhere, and anybody. So I just wish he just would have came in with a more open mind. That's really all I got to say about that. The crash out unnecessary, a little. At the end, it seemed to be cool. They seemed like they squashed everything. It just was like a heated moment. So that's really all I have to say about this video. Tell me what you think down below, and thank you for watching. Bye.